Welcome in to the DNVR Rockies Podcast. I am Patrick Lyons.
I'm Suzie Hunter. Patrick, we're in such a silly, goofy mood today, which is fine because the Rockies won last night.
We're allowed to feel good because,
we are.
As Adam Maris of DNVR Nuggets said, 1 in a row. We got a streak right now.
I'm going to die.
Legitimately said it. Legitimately 1 in a row. I don't know that's how rows work, but you know what? I love the enthusiasm. And maybe from his world, it is 1 in a row when you talk about Nuggets championships. So
hey,
I guess it can be.
Champions, 1 year in a row.
It's 1 in a row. Rockies win on Wednesday night, 9-8. First win against the Dodgers all year.
Kind of barely, though. Like, barely pulled that one out.
Yeah, but it was a good barely.
I know it was good, yeah, but then there were definitely points during the game where I'm like, my freaking blood pressure, man. And also, all the walks. After Buddy took the time to wear that shirt, why didn't we give Alyssa a picture of this shirt so she could put it up on the freaking show that we host?
That's true.
But it's, I tweeted it out. So yesterday, Bud Black wore a shirt that said "Walks Will Haunt."
It's not
with a little ghost on it.
It's not from the Bud Black collection.
It is not from the Bud Black collection.
It's from someone else's that he got.
Someone gave it to him as a gift because we hear Buddy talk so much about how he hates walks, as many managers, especially former pitchers, do. But we had so many freaking walks. Kyle Freeland walks the first batter he faced. There's the shirt.
Walks will haunt.
Like, imagine, Alyssa, you walk into work and your boss is wearing a shirt about his least favorite thing that you do. Like, that's a statement.
That is a great take. So a little backstory on this for anyone that may not know it. There's not too many, I guess, that would. So the day before, so on Tuesday, we actually went through the whole spiel that Thomas Harding and Patrick Saunders have kind of created over the years, where when there's a leadoff walk like yesterday, it builds from, oh, do you know what that one was? Leadoff walk. And you know what that can be? Or do you know what that is? Ill-advised. Do you know what it can do? Come back to haunt you. Ooh.
Like, they literally do this in the press box. Like, the longest tenured actual writers in the press box do this together, not just like at home, like they do it on the road too. Like, it was like just the three of us in Cleveland and they're doing all kinds of goofy stuff.
That's the bit. So we did
it's a bit. It's a whole bit.
We did it for Buddy on Tuesday, and then he was watching Tyler Kinley throw some BP as he's on the comeback trail. You love to see that. And he had something over that shirt. He was waiting to like show that off just for us, just for the pregame presser. So that was how our day started. And then, as you said, his players did not listen to him.
They did not. I didn't get a chance to ask them yesterday about like if they saw the shirt, how they felt about the shirt. They probably saw it on Twitter at this point. But
that's it.
I would be curious. Like, what would Spano wear if he wore a shirt with like the least favorite thing we do?
Ooh, I
don't host a shitty podcast.
That would be
like if he
important.
was walking around.
Don't drink my protein shake. Do not. Like, it's marked. It's in the refrigerator. Everyone knows that's his. Don't do that. I could see something like that. We might need to print that up. We know a t-shirt guy. So we know a Denver man.
We do know a Denver man who makes t-shirts. He hates our ideas. Does everyone hate us?
He likes our ideas, but he likes making profits more. And so sometimes it can be hard to get a T-shirt out into the world. So that's why we give props to the Purple Row folks for getting the Justin Lawrence sweeper shirt. And before we get to the sweeper be sweeping, that was our thumbnail, Law Schools.
Yes.
Because he did. He schooled the Dodgers last night. As you said, Freeland, didn't quite have the command, 5 walks. Tied a career high for him going back to his rookie season in 2015. But that also meant he didn't give up a hit. A lot of traffic early on. He didn't give up a hit actually until the 4th.
Which is it's hilarious. But also like with all those walks, I'm like, no, didn't like it.
Yeah.
Didn't like it.
He had
Now that it's Buddy's pet peeve, it's my pet peeve. But yeah. Or should we just like dive into Justin Lawrence?
Sure, yeah. So
I'm not looking at your outline. I'm so sorry. I really should be. No, you steer the ship, Patrick.
Well, Freeland gives up the 6 runs, and that was kind of capped off by Mookie Betts' 3-run home run. Hate to see it, of course. Again, Freeland only gave up the 4 hits, but the 5 walks was kind of his undoing there.
Yeah.
And then the Rockies were able to fight back. They've got their own big inning. Starts off with a pinch hit double by Jorge Alfaro. Profar RBI walk with the bases loaded. So Dave Roberts was feeling it a little bit. He needs to get his own blue Walks Will Haunt shirt for himself.
Yes.
Ezequiel Tovar continues to be clutch at the top of the lineup. I love him and McMahon together, right-left combo with the bases clearing double. You also had Elias Diaz with an RBI single to give them that a 9-6 lead at that point after 6. That was a big rally.
It was a big rally, and like none of those hits were like especially big, but they were generating runs.
Yeah.
And if if we're not going to have the crazy power that I would like to see at Coors Field, let's at least get like a little something going. Castro, though, I don't know if you saw, him down on the field for a little bit there in the 5th.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's when he came out of the game. That's when Alfaro came in, pinch hit, got that little rally started. But Castro is doing fine, by the way. We did ask Buddy after the game. He said that his neck got jammed or jarred. I think it just got a little shaken up a little bit.
Sure.
But he's 100% now. As of after the game, he was feeling 100% again.
A lot of precautionary stuff going on,
Yes.
which, again, you have to do in a season where there's just been so many injuries. So you just got to stay healthy. You have to err on that side of caution. You got a bench. You might as well use that. In fact, the RBI that Castro had earlier in the game was his 20th of the year. CJ Cron ended up getting one. That was his 21st. First in almost 2 months, like it was the end of April, was his last RBI, of course, being on the IL. He had a 2-hit game.
Yeah.
That was great to have him back. But Castro tied for 7th most RBI on the team. Not bad for a guy coming off the bench who hasn't gotten a ton of playing time, but he's had some of those clutch ABs.
Not bad for a rando.
Little bit, hitting Harold.
A little bit.
Hitting Harold. You like that?
Hitting Harold, be hitting, though. He was very productive. Tovar was so much fun last night, too, though.
He was great.
Oh, my gosh. Bases clearing double, 3 runs.
He extended his hitting streak to a career high 11 games with that 2-for-4 performance. Liked his walk there late in the game. Very patient in the 8th. He's got 20 doubles so far this season, tied for 7th most in the NL, and tied with Corbin Carroll for most amongst NL rookies.
Ooh, if you're tied with Corbin Carroll, you're in good company.
You're doing something right.
You're doing something right.
Doyle had himself a stolen base for talking about the guys on offense. Then he got caught out there. I don't think it was bad base running. There was that double play, right? The Tovar line drive to the left.
You don't think it was bad base running?
Well, he was going on the play. He was stealing, so it was just kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
Really nice play by Johnny DeLuca, a player who I did not know was a player.
Also a rando.
The name, Johnny DeLuca, is definitely a creative player name.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, he just got called up. So I was like, I know my share of Dodgers prospects, but they also just have guys coming out of the woodworks.
Like literally out of nowhere.
I can't keep track of the Johnny DeLucas of the world. So he makes a nice play, spins around and fires and catches Doyle off second base. I give him a pass on that. And if we're talking about good defensive plays in the outfield, Nolan Jones ends the 6th inning.
Nolan Jones.
Great one hopper to Elias Diaz, keeps the score 6-4. Another outfield assist. Dude's got a cannon out there. Him and Doyle defensively, that's a really good 1-2 punch at Coors.
I am loving them in the outfield. They're so fun. Love the young energy.
Real young.
Love that they're doing well. We need outfielders.
Need the juice. Need the juice that Justin Lawrence is bringing, especially because Daniel Bard got himself into a jam.
Yeah.
Single strikeout, single sac fly that resulted in a run and a walk. Lawrence enters with 2 outs, so you're like, all right, he's got to get one, but that's more than an inning. That's 4 outs. That's not the norm. We saw that a lot for anyone of kind of our generation, people in our early 20s. Let's just keep going on. Let's move on. But you see Mariano Rivera going out and getting 6 out saves, and it's just dwindled. It's less and less and less. So for him to, get 3 out of the 4 outs were strikeouts, and including a 3-pitch final out against James Outman, it was just great to see his second 4-out save of the year. Yeah. That's impressive to be able to go multiple innings in a save opportunity. Especially,
yes, very much so. And also came into such a chaotic situation in the 8th. But Buddy said after the game, he just loved how Lawrence emotionally reset. He said emotionally reset.
Yeah.
And then we, of course, caught up with Justin Lawrence, too. And he was like, yeah, Buddy told me that, I came into a bad situation. I just got to put it behind me. That clip is actually up on our Twitter, so check it out if you want to hear what Justin Lawrence has to say. I always love talking to Justin Lawrence.
It's great.
But, yeah, just all around, making it work. Love it.
He is at the start of something really special this season.
Yes.
Really special. And again, to go back, not to hammer the stats too much, but again, just to give you an idea of what it is, Bard, who had one of the best seasons for a reliever, not even just a closer, a reliever last year, he only had 2 4-out or more saves last year. So Justin Lawrence has already tied that. The last guy who's had 3 or more 4-out or more saves was Houston Street. He had 3 of those in 2009. So we really haven't seen this in 20 years. You have to go back to 2000, 2001, where that was just a more common occurrence. That's just how it went down.
It's a different game now, yeah.
This is the makings of kind of a historic season that we are just at the start of for Justin Lawrence. Closing games, going old school, and that adds a lot of value. I don't know that he's going to get traded. Well, actually, we're going to find out today who the Rockies All-Star is. 5 p.m. ESPN.
Oh, that's so soon.
Voting is closed. I think it closed at 10 o'clock this morning. So hopefully you got your little American flag banner that said, I voted. You printed it off the computer. MLB does not do that, but they should now that I've said it.
They really should. What a good idea.
That's it. Collaborate with stamps.com, and you could print it out, and you could have your little I voted for Ryan McMahon stamp.
Stamps.com.
It was a good podcast advertiser back in the day, right? But we'll find out. We'll find out at 5 o'clock today who the Rockies, let's face it, lone All-Star. Buddy talked about it yesterday. McMahon and Diaz are the 2 most deserving. I do think there's a chance it could be Justin Lawrence. Now, the managers, they talk amongst themselves. I don't know the relationship between Rob Thompson and Bud Black, if there'll be a phone call hey, who do you think? And we're looking at Daniel Bard. Well, he's got a low ERA, but he's gotten a little bit lucky. Maybe we'd rather not. Justin Lawrence is also worthy. I think really it's down to, as far as the healthy players, McMahon, Diaz, and Lawrence. And it really could just be a logistical thing of, we could use another infielder. There's not a ton of infielders having these career type years. So right now, I'm going to say it's going to be Ryan McMahon.
Oh, okay. You know what? I kind of like the Justin Lawrence line of thought.
I'd love to see that.
You know what? He's
possible.
He's a star.
It's possible.
Is a star. Well, he's a Sagittarius, so he's a natural born star.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
I could see that.
That would be, and the sweeper be sweeping.
Any way they go, it's going to be a first-time All-Star for the Rockies. A player who's having their first All-Star appearance in general, and then in addition, obviously, the first time. Could be history with Elias Diaz being the first catcher ever named as an All-Star for the team. It's going to be really exciting. Thursday's probables. Chase Anderson hoping to bounce back from that rough start on Saturday, the 25-1 loss. And for the Dodgers, Emmett Sheehan, 1-0, 1.50 ERA. Suzie, Emmett Sheehan, double unique or not?
I'm saying not. There's got to be another Sheehan.
Your gut instinct is always right. It's always right.
My gut is always right.
We
don't talk about this
it
enough.
There wasn't even a hesitation when you said no.
Sheehan's a pretty common name.
Sheehan is. Sixth Sheehan, third Emmett with 1 T.
Ooh.
Full name gets even countrier than that. George Emmett Sheehan.
George Emmett Sheehan.
You would not put him on the Dodgers with that name. I mean, unless we're talking
George Emmett.
Unless we're talking about the Brooklyn Dodgers from the 1940s or 1950s. I don't think you're going to have that.
No.
It's a Boston name, I feel like. That's an old school
it's the
Boston
Sheehan
Red Sox.
because it's a very Irish name.
Yes, that too.
You know?
Great point. Speaking of not an Irish name, but a member of the Boston Red Sox now, Dinelson Lamet.
Dinelson Lamet.
Yes.
A Red Sox.
He signed a minor league deal, so that's that. Rockies.
Good for him. Oh.
So that's a thing. You know, it's also a thing.
I wish him the best, just like far away from us. Just wasn't a good match.
No. He's getting paid. Not like the Reds are paying Mike Moustakas. It's only $5 million that the Rockies have to pay down for the remainder of the year. But look, in a way, pay down your own tab at the DNVR bar by signing up and becoming a member. Become a diehard at the DNVR.com because you're going to get 15% off all your food and drink here, 20% off all the gear at DNVRlocker.com, or 20% off all the stuff that we have here. Well, we've got all the clothes here, too. In fact,
we do, yeah.
I wonder, we should almost ask some of the merchandise people, if you're from Arizona or you're like, hey, I got someone in my family that's a Cubs fan, you could get a Cubs shirt here because, like,
I think we have that in the
we've
back.
got all of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. We are the hub for all the entire All-City network. So you could get all the White Sox stuff, Bulls, all Chicago, Arizona, Denver. It's right out of here. You get 20% off all of that. It's pretty fantastic. Access to the diehards only Discord. So many great things. All of the golden era stuff for the Nuggets championship. Like,
so fun.
Continue to relive it. It feels like a million years ago, and it's like, no, we need to continue to celebrate that victory. And we're definitely doing that here on the corner of Colfax and York. Celebrate at Coors Field all season long with Game Time tickets. Whether that's a game that not a lot of people are going to, you're going to save if you wait closer to the start of the event. I know you're going to want to get your tickets early, but you'll be able to get tickets. Trust us, unless it's for a fireworks game or the Yankees series. Honestly, those are going to be the only ones I really think you may have some issues with.
You know what? I think maybe because, like, you know, people definitely scoop up those tickets, and then if for some reason they're like, "Oh, I'm actually going out of town this weekend."
Great point.
You're gonna pay off.
Yeah,
you're gonna reap the rewards of that.
That's a great point. People go, I changed my mind, or maybe it's too hot, whatever it is. Go to Game Time, you get up to about 60% off the face value of the ticket. Or if it is one of those games and you're like, you know, you got to pay a bit forward, or you do want to get them in advance, save yourself $20 with code DNVR over on Game Time tickets. Pins and Aces. Bud Black, I mean, I think he enjoyed it. He commented. I can't say he enjoyed my Pins and Aces cap yesterday, but he noticed it to comment on it. He
What
said,
did he say? I didn't hear him commenting on your hat.
just
It's a
walking
very
by.
loud hat.
Yeah, it is.
It's a presence.
That's actually why I picked it. I go, that's the loudest hat I could find. I'm like, I might as well be a walking billboard for Pins and Aces. He goes,
Yeah.
P&A at Pins and Aces Golf Company. Kyle Freeland looked over and was like, I give it my approval. You know, so we're doing what we can for Colorado companies like Pins and Aces. They make all the gear here. You can get 15% off your first order and free shipping when you use code DNVR over at Pins and Aces. All kinds of wonderful gear. Looking forward to also wearing my polo shirt, my button down. It's fantastic. It's going to keep me cool. It's going to keep you cool on the golf course. The pants, I got the golf pants on too. They fit comfortably. They
Are these the
breathe
golf
well.
pants?
These are golf pants.
These are nice.
They got a nice little sheen to them, but they breathe so well.
I was gonna say those look like dress pants.
And they feel like I'm wearing shorts, which is
We need that today.
it's the function. I need the function.
We need that today. It's 1,000,000 degrees outside.
And you probably need a little function on the golf course. That's what we call it. Function with the liquor stick and the beer sleeve. Hey, hand me over a can of that function.
Turn the golf outing into a function.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Have some fun and do it on the cheap because you got a beer sleeve or a liquor stick from Pins and Aces and pinsandaces.com. Suzie, how about that perfect game from Domingo Germán?
Oh, yes, I saw.
Germán threw a perfect game.
The wrong Germán. Of course I saw, you know, I get the notifications on my phone. I was like, Germán. No, not ours.
Same
not
accent.
ours.
Same accent too.
Yeah. But how cool is that though?
24th.
How cool.
24th perfect game in MLB history. 4th for the Yankees. First since David Cohn threw one in 1999. First in MLB since 2012. Felix Hernandez. In his 2 previous starts, Domingo Germán, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 15 earned runs. He had a 25.31 ERA going into that game.
Yeah, he's had like some really bad outings lately.
Yeah, to say the least. Now, it was against the Oakland A's, so does it count a historically bad team? You don't like combined no-hitters?
You know,
so.
I don't like combined no-hitters, but I'm still going to count this because to pull off a perfect game, I mean, yeah, you need to be cooking, you need to be in the zone, but you need a little bit of luck too. And you need all the players around you to be doing what they need to do.
Yeah.
And maybe you're playing a team like the A's who's won like 20 games this whole season here as we are at the halfway point. On pace to win 80 games. On pace to win 40 games. Oh my gosh. That is so terrible.
Yeah,
last time, I think, oh my gosh, I wrote this down somewhere and I can't even find
About
it.
the perfect game?
But I think it was the last time the A's had been no hit was like literally Cy Young.
The last perfect game. Cy Young.
Yeah.
But to your point, it had been so long. They were actually the last team to have gotten, or that hadn't gotten no hit. 1991 was the last time. So like that coupled with Cy Young and Domingo Germán. We were just talking.
Who would have thought?
We were just talking with Nick, like, can that kind of like all-time performance where it's only happened 24 times by 24 different guys, do you get in the Hall of Fame for that? Thankfully, in a way, no. Like, you need to have the career. But I was like, that's an interesting point. Like, if you do something that rare, now you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. You're going to be part of the museum
you're
part.
You're mentioned in the Hall of Fame.
You're in the museum. You're not in the hall.
But it's different. And I think that is very fair. I don't think we need to be putting Domingo Germán and his 25 ERA this season in the Hall of Fame.
And speaking of being in the hall, this was something that I got to ask Thomas, and maybe he didn't get reached out to about this. But I go, Thomas, keep track of that scorecard. That could be going to Cooperstown. I still have my scorecard from Saturday's 25-1 game. It was worst loss in Rockies history by 5 runs. I don't necessarily know that Cooperstown cares specifically about it, but Josh Rawitch, John Shastakovsky, all the guys over there in Cooperstown. If you want my scorecard, I would be honored to send that in. That would be amazing to have a piece of me and, frankly, my family, everyone that got me to this place. Even you're a part of that. DNVR is all a part of that.
I love that you're giving an acceptance speech right now.
For something that hasn't happened yet.
For something that is just like all hypothetical.
Okay, put a thumbnail in this clip if that actually happened. So.
Oh, I found my note, by the way. The last time an opposing pitcher was perfect against the A's was May 5th, 1904, when Cy Young and the Boston Americans were facing the Philadelphia Athletics. 1904.
Wow.
There we go. Found my note. I knew I had it.
I like that. I wonder if that makes, and again, now we're really getting to the minutia, and I don't care about the answer, but I'll just say it. Do the A's become the first team that got a perfect game thrown against them in 2 different cities? Maybe.
Right? I mean, I
would.
There's a solid chance. There aren't a ton of teams who have moved cities like that. Most teams have not moved cities.
True. There aren't a ton of Chads on the Rockies roster.
No Chads.
As we established, we were down to 0 Chads, but
flush with Connors.
Last week, Connor Kaiser got his major league debut. Got sent back down pretty quickly once Ezequiel Tovar was done with his paternity list and saying, cool, I have a daughter, give her a kiss on the head. I got to go back to work. And so he's still in the 40, man. So we had 2 Connors. Then went down a rabbit hole. Our buddy Nate at Rocktober19 forced me, Suzie.
I saw this on Twitter. He definitely he was forcing you, yeah.
Nate, you forced me, and that's okay. I appreciate it. It was for the betterment of the Rockies nation to research what first name was the most common in franchise history.
Oh, I want to know what you found. Did you
see what it was?
This is such a Patrick thing to look up. I don't know if I saw it or if I forgot it or if I didn't see it.
All right, so if you feel like you kind of forgot it, do you have a guess as to what it might be?
I mean, I would guess like a name like Mike or Eric or Dan.
Okay.
Those are my guesses.
All right. So I started with all the names that were 4. Let's see how I can get through this. And just stop me at any point.
Okay.
There's been 4 Aarons, Adams, Allen, 5 if you want to count Alan Simpson, who had 2 L's in Allen, okay. Bobby, Bruce, Carlos, Chad, Denny, and Denny's Reyes, Denny with an S on the end, would make 5. Those are the 4s. All right. 5 Joshes. Joshua Fuentes would make 6.
Yes.
Tyler.
I would count him because he used to be a Josh.
Okay. Tyler has been 5. If you want to count ties, that actually makes it 8. Ty Van Berkelio, Ty Wigington, and Ty Block. No, not Tyler, but Ty. Okay. We've got 6 for Brian's. If we count Brian with a Y, now that bumps it up to 9. So if we're counting Brian with an I or with a Y, it becomes 9. Daniel, there's 6. If we include Dan's, that bumps it up to 8. 6 Davids, 2 more Daves, so that would make it 8.
Okay.
And then 6 Erics, 6 Kevins.
That many Kevins?
So it's kind of low.
That many Kevins? Really?
That's our clip of the week. That many Kevins?
Kevin?
I feel like that's
Another There's so many Kevins. I'm exhausted.
Kevin. Dude, we've got including and then 2 more in our press box.
So many Kevins.
We've got like 4 Patricks. One is the Patrick of a last name, but Patrick does not make this list. There haven't been
Not enough Patricks.
Pat Valleca might be the only one. There might have been another one somewhere along the way. All right. There have been 7 Gregs, 8 if you count Greg with 2 G's. Greg's on.
I'll count it.
7 Wands, 7 Todds. Now that's one out there that everyone's going, oh, there was a lot of Todds. Rockies had like 4 Todds at once. Todd Helton, Todd Walker, Todd Hollinsworth. I feel like I'm missing a very prominent Todd during that time, but they did have a lot.
There were a lot of, that was a very popular name back then.
Todd and the Toddlers, the Todd father. 8 different Joes, 8 different Johns.
Okay.
If we count John, Jon, we've got 10. If we want to count Jonathan, we've got 3 more of those. Okay. 9 Scotts, 11 Ryans. Now we're getting into the double digits. 13 different players in Rockies history named Chris. 13 named Jason. 13 named Jeff. Jeffrey Hammonds makes it 14 for Jeffs. 13 Jose's. 13 Marks. Mark with a C. Mark Kroon makes it 14. Marcus Moore would make it 15. I'm not going to go through. I do have every single one of the Jasons and Jeffs. We're going to blow past that.
Oh, my gosh.
15 different Matts. For second most first names, Matts, there have been 15 different ones. Adams, Anderson, Belisle, Caracetti, Daly, Hergis, Holiday, Kemp, Lindstrom, McBride, Miller, Merton, Noakes, Pagnazzi, Reynolds. And number 1, you nailed it, Susie, Mike. Mike. 19 Mikes. If you extend it to Michaels, 23. So the Mikes, Dijon, Dunn, Ekstrom, Esposito, Farmer, Hampton, Harley, James, Kelly, Kingery, Lansing, McCoy, Moustakis, Munoz, Myers, Porzio, Sapp, Talkman, Venafro, and the 4 Michaels, Kadir, McHenry, Restovich, and Tolia.
A round of applause for Patrick, ladies and gentlemen.
Do
we have any Chris's with a K on the Rockies?
I don't.
Oh, we
I'm so
do.
tired.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, we do, actually.
We do.
I didn't put that on the list. How did I miss that?
Wow.
Because it's in a different section. It's not with the C's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, Tim is in the comments asking what is going on with Chris Bryant's rehab assignment, because the Topes are playing a day game right now. We know Chris Bryant had his rehab game last night, but he's not in the lineup right now. He's not playing right now.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm not really sure why.
Good bit of research there. Because, yeah, he did. He was supposed to play the field last night for the game in Albuquerque against El Paso, and he did that in left field. He did go 1 for 4, had himself a walk, struck out twice, but yeah, not in the lineup today.
Don't know why.
He was supposed to be.
He was. The plan was for him to do 2 rehab games down in Albuquerque,
and they advertised it. So I mean,
they did advertise it too. So I'm.
We've been talking about this idea that the veteran guys, they can also reject a rehab assignment. Like all players can. Like if you're a young guy, you can go, no, I'm ready to go right now. Now your team's going to maybe be a little bit upset at you.
Yeah.
Or enforce their hand. Maybe they're trying to do some other thing. So you can reject it. But if he felt ready after 1, fine. But again, the fact that they advertise, it's like, all right. So that's why you got to follow us at DNVR_Rockies on Twitter, because yeah, maybe Chris Bryant is back. Did he drive up? Did he go the Josh Fuentes route and have to drive up from Albuquerque?
With his bruised foot? No.
Yes.
No, he did not drive up.
Fun fact, he had his pedals moved to the left side because of the plantar fasciitis. Did we talk about that?
No,
because that's not a thing.
No, that's not. That sounds illegal.
Disclaimer, you probably can do that, but he did not. Right? Because you can get switches.
Yeah, no, I have a friend who is paralyzed, and she has like these controls on her steering wheel, and they look amazing. I'm like, I would actually love to drive my car like that, but you can only get them if you are a person with a disability.
And the technology might be such, you're right, you might not be able to actually put the pedals on the left.
I mean, can't you just like... Put your foot.
You could do that move.
Can't you just move your leg over?
Stepping on the brake and the gas simultaneously. Yeah, that could create some weird bow-legged problems from craning your foot over.
Just like,
we need some helpful solutions. So yeah, that ongoing story with Chris Bryant.
It's a developing story. Tim, thank you so much for just like noticing things.
Appreciate the diehards.
We notice things too. We love our diehards. We're gonna find out the second we talk to Buddy.
And we talked yesterday. I posited this theory that I think they might be waiting for Cron and specifically Bryant to be back to play the outfield before they make a trade for Grichuk or Profar, so they don't get left short-handed out there. Does that mean we're going to be finding out about a Rockies trade in the next 24 hours? I mean, the next 12 hours, the next 6 hours. And that's why, hey, Chris Bryant is needed back because Profar or Grichuk just got traded.
Actually, that's not a bad theory.
It's in play.
That's not crazy.
It's in play. Absolutely.
I mean, listen, we know that the Rockies never make trades. Obviously, they're making trades this season. What a thrill. What a thrill.
They're making trades, and we're making moves with Shady Rays because protect your eyeballs. Look, I don't know if you went to listen to Tuesday's show with Jesse Friedman, but unfortunately, because of the hot Arizona sun, his pupils shrunk to the size of pinholes. And now they are getting back to their normal size because he doesn't have all of the same brightness because the Shady Rays are helping him.
This is very niche. I thought he was just on some fun party drug, but this is good to know.
If you are on a fun party drug, Shady Rays will also help you out. Either way, whatever, regardless of your pupil situation, Shady Rays has your back. We've got your back financially because you can buy one, get one free with code DNVR. Why
code.
beat that? It's a great code. It's a
Really
great
good
deal
code.
right now for numerous reasons. You can go down to the Park Meadows Mall, get them in person, buy 2 or more pair, you get 50% off those polarized shades. Try them on in person. You lose them, you break them, they're going to give you a new pair. You don't like them, they'll give you a full refund within 30 days, but they've got so many great options, and just now's the time to step up your shade game.
Step up the shade game.
Look, over 200,000 people have done it. 5 stars. That's great. It's Shady Rays.
Shady Rays for you. I
Also,
love my Shady Rays. I still have them. I wore them in today. They're
That's
over
it.
there.
We know somewhere.
They're sticking out of my bag. They're right there. You can see them with your eyeballs.
That's it.
Use your eyeballs. Your protected eyeballs.
Your batting coach needs to stitch in a special sleeve for your glasses in your catcher's case. In your catching equipment that you have.
My catcher's bag.
Your catcher's bag. I legitimately kind of want one of those.
This is the Bays Weekender bag.
Oh, okay.
Not an ad read. Oh, but we should. I would love a Bays sponsorship.
How do you spell that?
We need to get on that. BEIS. They have a great travel line. They have this Weekender bag. There's a smaller version. They've got all kinds of
Bays.
travel things.
I got to check that out. Much like last year, the Liquid Death we checked out, and we got a couple freebies.
We did.
I got to check out the Bays.
Yeah.
And clip this. So, actually, you know what? You might need to get one of those like Louisville Slugger, or rather, like Rawlings makes those bags. Kelsey Winger's got an amazing one.
Oh, she does. Yeah.
Tiny down in the who runs the Rockies clubhouse, like has an entire like duffel bag made of baseball mitt leather. And it's legitimately like, if that's $3,000, it's a great investment. You just have, it's like an art piece.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they're incredible.
It's this duffel bag installation hanging off your body. They're absolutely amazing and feel amazing. Like you have a duffel bag installation on your body with some Mountain Beach Sour from Breck Brews. You can feel how I look right now with these shades on. Because
that's good.
It's amazing.
That's rich. I like that.
Well, it's got a rich pineapple taste to it. It's got those sweet notes. Guava. Hints of guava. Notes of guava, dare I say. And dare I say, you just go to breckbrew.com, go to the Breck Brew locator, find out where you can get it anywhere around the country. I mean, even in the world. Do other parts of the world have zip codes? I don't know.
They do, but they're different. They're like just a different amount of numbers.
There's just 16 different. Well, try it out. Why not?
Why not try it out?
If you live in
I don't know anything about other countries because I'm in America.
Look, if you're from Tanzania, give it a try. If you're from Uruguay,
do you think we have an international audience?
So we do.
We do in theory.
I'm trying to remember what country we actually have like a really huge
I think
following.
like at some point we were like charting in Germany.
Germany's a biggie.
We were charting in Germany.
There's a Scandinavian country where we do have a lot of our downloads. We appreciate that. So give that a try with the Breck Brew. Maybe they can even ship something for you. Have a taste and a piece of Colorado with you in your hand wherever you're at.
A little Breck as a
breckbrew.com.
treat.
Breck yourself. That's
Breck
it.
yourself before you wreck yourself.
Boom. That's how we do it.
Whew.
Suzie, let's have a little fun. Let's do some of that thing.
What
that
game?
We do.
What game do you think we're gonna play today?
A game within a game. I have to guess the game. I don't.
I'm here for stupid bullshit only.
Is it stupid bullshit only? Is that a new game?
No, we're playing Say What? The game where I give Patrick some out of context quotes from the world of baseball, and he is gonna try to guess who said them. Yes, Patrick, drink up, hydrate up, because we have we have a road ahead of us here. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I love these.
All right. First quote. Quote, there was no doubt about making the start.
Wow. All right. So somebody must
Patrick,
have gotten hurt.
Who said that?
Somebody must have gotten hurt or a little bit banged up. You know what? I'm going to say Connor Siebold. I'm going to take a Colorado guy because, he missed his last start, was supposed to make it on 3 days rest. Maybe he would have been able to, but you got to be cautious anytime there's a little bit of barking in your arm. Mm-hmm. So I thought, yeah, he's definitely going to make that next start. It's probably wrong, but, I'll go with the local guy, Connor Siebold.
You're so wrong, Patrick. What a silly answer. Domingo Germán said this via interpreter Marlon Abreu. Mm-hmm. But there were questions about him making that start. He lost a family member just a couple of days ago.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So, between that and then, of course, his past couple of starts weren't great either. But he said he had no doubt about making that start.
Yeah,
good thing he did, because we love big accomplishments like this in the world of baseball.
That's cool. That's nice. You don't want your team, of course, to get, shut out in that capacity. But if you can be there for history, that's one of the last big moments possibly at Oakland Coliseum. And you say, hey, I was there. That's why you go to games when you have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Even if it is rough, it's like it's a baseball game. Mm-hmm. It's probably true for almost every sport. You fall in love with the sport before you fall in love with the laundry of the team. So if you're in Oakland and you got a chance, go say goodbye maybe one last time. Yeah, you're putting money in someone's pocket, but think about yourself and your experience. And so no one can take that away from you. No one should say you shouldn't have that.
Don't be a martyr. Just go to the game.
Yeah, like that.
All right, next quote. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Quote, I'm just very thankful for the guys I have here supporting me, being there to make these moments that much more special. Patrick, who said this beautiful, sentimental quote?
Wow, very sentimental.
So sentimental. Oh, we love when players get sentimental. Get in your feels, King.
I've got nothing. I've got legitimately, I'm thinking. So, all right, I'm looking. I'm going to cheat.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and look at the graphic.
Look at the graphic. Look at the outline.
We've got catcher's equipment. I think that's what that is. Man.
Name a catcher. You like catchers? Name one catcher.
Johnny Bench. Is he in the news? Wow. I can't think of a guy maybe who got knocked out of a game or banged out. I think Sean Murphy's hurt right now. I'm going to guess Sean Murphy of Atlanta. I don't know.
This sentimental quote?
I don't.
Okay, no.
He could be a deep thinker.
Yeah.
No, who's a deep thinker on the Rockies? Nolan Jones.
Oh, I believe that.
So
I believe that.
Sean Murphy. I got nothing else.
This was actually Bo Naylor on his first major league home run. So Bo Naylor told MLB.com's Mandy Bell that, he loved the support he got, but especially from his brother Josh, who was the first one to hug him in the dugout after that. Very special. Super special moment.
So cool. Yeah, that's a nice pick-me-up for Cleveland when their manager is kind of down and out right now. We hope Terry Francona recovers. At one point a couple years ago, I think in a spring training game, they had Josh Naylor, his brother Bo Naylor, and there was another catcher named Bo Taylor.
Oh, that's
different
so
spelling
confusing.
Of Bo. Very confusing.
That is so confusing.
But we love that kind of chaos. Let's face it.
Oh, I'm here for chaos. I wouldn't be a baseball fan if I didn't love chaos.
We love it. We love that.
You ready for another quote?
No, because I'm not doing good today.
All
but,
right,
let's
that's the show. No. Okay. Quote. I don't feel like there's enough awareness. We're just out there in it. Got to get the game in, right? We don't have to. We don't have to get the game in. Patrick, who said that?
Oof. Now, and so these are all, I imagine, at least from the last week, maybe even just a couple
These
days.
are all, like, honestly, like from the past couple of days. Like, these are all very fresh quotes.
You keep it You're keeping it fresh.
I keep it fresh, ladies and gentlemen.
I appreciate
can count
that.
on that.
I appreciate that. So they say Suzie and Subway, both keeping it fresh.
Do not associate me with Subway. That is the kiss of death.
Are you a Quiznos girly? What are we talking here? What's the sandwich partner of DNVR? We need to get on board.
Oh, you know what? We were going to work on a sandwich partner.
You need to pre-plug. Like we have the Bays bag. We need to pre-plug a sandwich partner. Firehouse subs? I don't know what to say. Silvermine subs. It's Colorado.
No. Patrick, we're a Chiba Hut fam.
We are?
Yeah, we get Chiba Huts for tailgates.
Okay, Chiba Huts. That's what's up.
Yeah, I love Chiba Hut.
Love Chiba Hut. Love them.
I love Chiba Hut.
All right, so it has nothing to do with the Canadian fire or the smoke coming in from a couple weeks ago. Where was the weather really bad? Got to have some awareness. Man.
Wow, clearly whoever said this was right about the awareness because you are not aware.
I mean, there's been a lot of conversation about Pride Nights in Major League Baseball, but I don't know how that impacts like getting a game in. Mm-hmm. Am I warm? Have I hit on something or not really?
No, I think you're too cold to come back.
Man,
because you're not aware of something.
Can I have a hint?
There's once again smoke from wildfires. Oh. That is what you're not aware of.
New wildfires?
No, I think it's the same wildfire, but just the smoke is back.
Well, it's a player. He's wearing a helmet. Yeah. I will guess Alex Verdugo. It's a name.
You named a player. Name one player. You named the wrong one. This was Andrew McCutchen on playing in that air quality. If you've seen clips from Pirates games, the one that was last night, you can see the smoke in the air. But Andrew McCutchen told the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and then he added, I'm concerned. You read the alerts. You read everything they're saying. Trying to stay safe from outside. One of the main things is to avoid strenuous activity, and that's what we're doing for 3+ hours out there. First of all, you're not out there for 3+ hours, Andrew McCutchen. Calm the heck down. The games are like 2 to 3 hours.
They're quick.
No, but still, like,
sure,
that's a real concern. So yeah, he had a lot to say about it, and I love that he is speaking up about it because I think like the mindset is like, oh well, that team has been playing in it, that team's been playing in it, like you guys can play in it. It's like, well, maybe none of us should have been playing in this. No,
that's absolutely true. And again, playing in it, what does that even mean to play in it? Because there's different levels. So if there's something agreed upon, I legitimately am looking forward to this offseason reading the CBA.
Yeah.
And going through to see all the little nooks and crannies of new things and things maybe I didn't realize. But I don't know they get down to that minutia of like, hey, what does the air quality have to be? But maybe in future CBAs there will like be that number.
Well, the planet is dying, so maybe we will see that really soon in the CBA because I think we're seeing more and more air quality issues in all parts of the country.
And hey, Brent Suter is one of those guys that's on that board for the Players Association. Yes. So he certainly would have something to say about that. So yeah, they got to get that figured out because players shouldn't have to deal with that. And then fans going out to the ballpark and
it's
maybe
unhealthy.
Missing something. It's unhealthy. And you know, with the balanced schedule and teams playing everybody, that creates a scheduling conflict. But you know, it sucks. Yeah, you got to get on a flight and go from LA to Atlanta, back up to Seattle, whatever it is. That's, you know, for better or worse, better than playing in really bad conditions that could do damage to your body.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. I got one more for you. A little bonus. Usually I keep it to odd numbers, but we're doing 4 today.
All right, I'm hoping this one maybe is our Rockies one, so I have a chance.
None of them are Rockies ones. Okay. I'll just tell you that right now.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
No Rockies said anything unhinged this week, for better or for worse.
Okay.
Quote, everybody wants me to fire this person, fire that person, but I don't see that as a way to operate. Patrick, who said that?
Okay.
Wasn't Dan the man on Twitter, that's for sure.
No. Having a knee-jerk reaction and being cautious and not being bombastic and immediately just trying to get the best headline, which was first part of that quote. It was very very wise statement, like you might get from your uncle. Which, come to think of it, I've never gotten.
He's getting there.
I've never gotten great advice from my uncles. I don't know if you have. They mean well, but you always got to take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, Uncle Stephen A. Cohen.
Yep.
Did say can't have that knee-jerk reaction and like, look, we've got a game plan, and sure, the current game plan isn't working, but changing and doing something different, we don't necessarily see that getting better either. So
yeah, knee-jerk reaction, firing someone, like that makes a statement, but that's not going to necessarily solve the problem.
yeah, Mets owner basically said, "Here's our announcement." There's no announcement.
Yeah, like he just wanted to talk. He was just
Yeah.
like, pay attention to me.
That
was him.
I'm actually really impressed with kind of how he's handled that, because it's like, no, this is kind of the best of the situation.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously it's disappointing, but part of the bigger plan that the Mets have, or Stephen A. Cohen, is like, look, we gotta build our farm system. We have to be sustainable. We can't have a $350 million payroll. But for right now, the solution is to pay out of our you-know-what and just get these stars so we could win now. But we're really trying to build for the future so that we can be under the cap, or maybe only, you know, be just above the first luxury cap and not over the Stephen A. Cohen tax threshold where they're at now, and they're really getting taxed. So they are trying to build something, and it's not working. But look, they've got some smart people. They got some smart baseball people saying this is still the best plan, even though it's not working. Changing it is going to make it worse.
You know what, though? You know what they say? That's baseball.
Oh, I thought you were ending the show again. Suzie, it's 2 days in a row, please.
Did you see what the Mets did after that presser? And
No.
I thought this was a joke. I saw someone tweet about they brought a puppy in after the presser.
What?
And
Really?
like they actually did. I don't know why.
Was it for the press to play with, or what?
Like, yeah. He was wearing like a little Mets like vest thing. It was really cute.
Okay.
It was so random. I like saw the tweets. I don't really understand. A lot of people were like, "Is this like a distraction?" Probably.
So your job today, because I feel like you
Is
get
to bring
things done.
a puppy. I do get. Thank you for recognizing
done.
that I get things done.
You do.
Thank you.
Go to Rockies PR and say, not if they lose by 24 again, because that probably won't happen. Emphasis on probably. But can we like have designated rules of like, hey, we kind of all decided here amongst the press, this is one of those games, or this is one of those series. We need to pick me up, and they bring in a puppy for the post-game presser.
I feel like it would be more of a Rockies thing. I feel like we've got a lot of cat people around too.
Okay.
Like even bring in kittens. That would be fun too. Any animal. Bring in a baby possum. Bring in a full-grown raccoon.
Okay, that's a
Bring in-
different thing. You just need that at the office. You need to work that into your next contract. Like, look, once every 3 months or whatever it is, you negotiate it. A possum needs to be brought in as a little pick-me-up possum for Suzie. You deserve that. Why not? I mean, we all do.
I think we all do, but I know I do.
I need a pick-me-up puppy, so that my contract will do the puppy.
I think a puppy would be the biggest crowd pleaser.
But look,
Yeah.
if a possum's going to do
Yeah.
it for you, you get the possum, I'll get the puppy.
Okay.
And we kind of team up and we can really double dip. Why not? I don't know if I want to have anything to do with the possum, but maybe I'll look through the glass window and just kind of
little
peek in and
hands.
go, wow, she got to pick me up over there.
Yeah.
And you are welcome inside to play with the puppy on my pick me up puppy days.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And you are all welcome out there on the
we
Twitter
go.
sphere at DNVR_Rockies, where we get unhinged and have a lot of fun. You're also welcome here on the DNVR Sports channel on YouTube. So if you're listening along to the podcast version, go over, watch along with us, throw us a like there. Or if it's just on the podcast side, like that's a little thing that you can do to help us out. Review. Leave a comment. We
Leave
like to
a
read
review.
those.
Oh my gosh, we love podcast reviews.
We love those. That
Leave
really
one
helps us out.
Leave one that says something other than Suzie. Yuck. That's one of them. That's there's actually one that's just like Suzie. Yuck.
To be fair, I did type out more than that, and it got deleted. So it was like yuck. But here's what I also like. So it was it was constructive criticism. No, was that a real comment somewhere?
It actually is. If you go to our
my
Apple
God.
podcast page, like there's a review that just says Suzie. Yuck.
But-
I know, but it's because I'm a woman.
Or they're like, Suzie, yuck, this guy. Like they're talking
You
to
actually
you.
have there are a lot of great reviews about you. Like Patrick is so knowledgeable. He's crushing it. And it's like, Suzie, a woman, disgusting. Get her out of here.
Well, I appreciate my family doing all of those, or my mom and dad.
Is cousin Jordan on there? Like, Suzie, disgusting. She hates the Mets, and I hate her.
I'm not sure, but I will have a conversation with him just to make sure.
He's
if it
on
was
my
him.
list of suspects. We should wrap up the show. Where can we follow you, Patrick?
We have a baseball game at,
Yeah.
at Patrick D Lyons. And look, you got help us out. Make up for the Suzie Yuck comment. Like,
Yeah,
not cool.
please
Not cool.
hop in the comments. Leave a review. But you can follow me at the Suzie Hunter on all platforms.
Wonderful.
How does that sound?
Wonderful, momentous, and you know what they say about momentum?
I literally have no freaking clue what they say.
It's only as good as your next show, which is actually going to be pretty good. So in a way, we do have that momentum.
Suzie show back at 5:00. Very exciting.
Back on your day. Back at
on
your
my
time.
day. Back at my time. Back on my bullshit. We'll have all the latest updates from, Clubhouse before the show. We'll preview the whole weekend. But we got to get going.
And if enough people join live on the DNVR Sports channel on YouTube, if enough people join in, so make sure you do it tomorrow at 5. I'm going to be doing it. My whole family will. We will have fireworks at Coors Field for you. So tune in tomorrow at 1 p.m. on the DNVR Sports channel live on YouTube.